Hello from Myrtle Beach. Today we are actually biking through Garden City and Surfside Beach, which are both just south of Myrtle Beach. We'll tell you a little bit more about those if you haven't been here before. Hi, I'm Carmen. If you're new here, we cover everything Myrtle Beach and the surrounding area. And if you're a return viewer, welcome back. We are so glad to have you with us. So we're starting here in Garden City to show you this first. Garden City, despite the name, is not a city. It is a census designated area, whatever that means. But it's in the county of Horry County, which is the county that Myrtle Beach is in. And actually, is this in Horry or is this might be Georgetown County. The line is right in here somewhere. But in any case, it's a county. It is not a, regardless of which county it's in, it is a county area, not a city. And the benefits of that is that the parking here in most beach access lots is free at the time of this recording. So if you're looking for a free place to park, this is definitely a good place to come. They have a pier here. They have a couple of places to get some food. They have an arcade and some other entertainment. I think they have some go-karts, but it is definitely a quieter, more relaxed place to stay. There are very few big buildings. Most of the places to stay here are condos or houses, like sort of low-rise. So it makes for a nice area that's not as crowded, relaxed area to hang out in. So this parking lot to my left, and thank you if you're watching to one of the viewers who pointed it out, it's one of the few lots that they do charge for. It's right behind the arcade. And most of the lots on my right side that are the beachfront do not charge for parking. Here's their pier to my right. And you can, walk out on the pier. You can park at the pier, but you can only park at the pier if you're going on the pier. You cannot use the pier parking to go to the beach. But there's no reason to park there if you're going to the beach anyway, because there's plenty of beach access parking unless you come here later in the day. If you're here during peak periods like the summer or a holiday, and like Memorial Day or something like that, and you come later in the day, there might not be any beach parking, but as long as you come in the morning, you should be able to find some beach parking, unless it's like 4th of July. If it's 4th of July and you're looking for parking, definitely get out very, very early to look for a place to park. That's our tip from us to you, because parking gets snapped up quickly on days like that or like Memorial Day weekend. So as you can see, it is a gorgeous day today. I mean, it is stunning. Just perfect weather. It's actually not as hot as it has been. We're getting a little bit of a, and I don't mean cool, it's still hot, but we're getting a little reprieve. It is currently 9:46 in the morning. We get that question a lot, like what time of day it is. So yeah, there's cars and there's people out. But also, if you're used to Myrtle Beach, this is not as crowded. It just isn't, because you don't have those giant high rises. You'll see a few tall buildings, especially as we get towards Surfside, but not many, not much. And so you just don't have as many people. One thing I do want to advise you is, if you decide to bike, definitely do so at your own risk. We are not advocating biking as a safe thing to do, because there, as you know, there's lots of people looking at their phones and all kinds of stuff. So definitely do that at your own risk. So over to my right is one of those free public beach access on Yaupon. And they're just all up and down this area. Do you come to Garden City? Leave us a comment below and let us know. We'd love to hear from you. And stay tuned, because we will get to Surfside and show you everything. We're going to stop at the pier. There's a brand new pier in Surfside. If you've missed our videos on that, we have a full tour of the pier. So if you would like to see that, definitely check that out on our channel. If you want to find anything on our channel, just go to YouTube and search for Carmen and Brian Myrtle Beach, and then put in whatever topic. So put in Surfside Pier, whatever topic you'd like to see, and it will come up in the search. And you can check out our videos on different topics, or you can go to our channel page and search as well. The channel page is Carmen and Brian, as you would expect. So Brian's right behind me if you're wondering where he is. I'm up here with the camera, so he's following behind. If you have not seen us before, I'm short and he's tall, so he always has to be behind me when we're biking or something. Otherwise, he would leave me in the dust. He's got really long legs, and you wouldn't think that would matter on a bike, but it does. He's got a bigger bike with bigger wheels, and it'll give you a little better, I don't know what you would call that, momentum, whatever. But yeah, it does matter even on a bike. Just like it matters swimming. You wouldn't think it matters swimming, but it does. Longer and lean is great swimming as far as speed goes. So you can see on the left and right all of these condos, these low-rise condos, if you're wondering how to rent them, it depends. Some are Vrbo, some are Airbnb, or both, and some are rented out by rental agencies. There's various rental agencies here. We have not used any of them, so I can't recommend a specific one. If you look to my left, you will notice that there is Easy Street. So you can stay on Easy Street or live on Easy Street. I think we'd all like to live on Easy Street. Sadly, that sign gets stolen a lot, but right now it's there. It's kind of a bummer that they keep doing that, because when you see those blue signs like that, that's a private street, so it's not the city or the county. So those people are having to pay their own money to replace those signs. Again, Anglers Avenue, there's another public beach access with free parking. Lots of free parking there. See, actually, I don't see any open spaces. I'm about to say I see open spaces, but I don't. So I guess get out early, get out early. But we stopped in another lot that did have an empty space. You just have to look around and you could probably find one. Now, when we get to Surfside, I'll go ahead and start talking about that. They do charge for parking there, and there's actually different prices depending on which lot you're in. So some lots are cheaper than others. The pier, I believe, is the most expensive lot, which I guess would make sense. It's probably going to be the most popular place to park, but we'll show you that lot when we get there. So I hope you're enjoying this bike view. This is definitely a different way of seeing it than a car. You feel a little more immersed in it, at least we do when we're biking. Hopefully you do too as you're watching the video. Let us know in the comments. Let us know what you like better, when we do the car tours or when we do the bike tours. When we do the car tours, we get a lot of comments that you'd like us to go slower. We're going slower. This is definitely a slower view. When we're in the car, we always maintain the speed limit so that we're not blocking the road. But biking, we're definitely going slower than the speed limit, so you definitely get a different view of everything. Also, if you're enjoying this video, definitely give it a like or a thumbs up. We really, really appreciate that. It helps other people find our videos, which we are just so grateful for. And also, if you want to learn more about Myrtle Beach and the surrounding area, definitely hit that subscribe button so you won't miss anything new. We put out new videos right now twice a week. We try to maintain that. Sometimes once a week, but mostly twice a week, especially during the main season. So here you've got a taller building over to the right, Royal Garden. So that's a big one, but it's still, I don't believe it's a hotel. I'm pretty sure it's still condos. If you know for sure, leave it below in the comments. Building a new house over to our left. Don't see a lot of that because most of the land is filled, as you can see, with houses and condos and that kind of thing. By the way, too, you'll see a lot of golf carts on this road. They are permitted on this road. However, they are not permitted after dark. So just keep that in mind if you're going to bring or rent a golf cart. There are golf cart rentals here. Also, if you're renting a golf cart and not staying on the beach, you still have to pay for parking, so it doesn't get you out of paying for parking, so that's something to keep in mind too. There's a bathroom at that one. That is the Cowhound Drive. So, most of the Garden City public beach assets, not all necessarily, but most of them have some form of bathroom. Some of them are actually buildings like that, which are a little bit nicer, and some are porta pots. I don't know about you, not a fan of porta pots. Better than nothing, but not a fan. So you could kind of keep an eye out for that too if you're deciding where you want to stay. The Surfside Pier has a really nice new bathroom. It's really nice, but also there's a public beach access right next to the pier that also has a proper bathroom, but the one on the pier is nicer. Everything new is always nicer. It's just the way it goes. And then over time, not so nice, especially when it comes to bathrooms. And the one on the pier is actually quite large too, quite a big. We film all kinds of things, but one thing we don't film is the inside of bathrooms for obvious reasons. So again, lots of golf carts. There are definitely a lot of bikers on this road, a lot of pedestrians crossing the road. So if you are driving on this road, definitely keep that in mind. The speed limit varies. Back behind Garden City, behind us and behind Garden City, there's a section that's 30 miles per hour. Most of this road is 25 miles per hour, but in Surfside, in a small section, it's 10 miles per hour. We were biking at 10 miles an hour earlier, which is not very fast on a bike, but that's what we were going, and cars were whizzing past us in that 10 mile per hour zone. So I don't recommend that. Surfside is actually pretty strict about their enforcement of really everything. Noise ordinance for like loud motorcycles and stuff. I've seen them pull over for that. Definitely for speeding, running stop signs, running red lights. Surfside's only a 2x2 square mile town, which is kind of interesting, kind of unique, but it is an actual city. And they do have their own police force and all that, so they're definitely out and about enforcing it, whereas this section's enforced by the county police. Road's getting rougher here. That is one big difference. You don't even notice it till you're riding a bike. The county roads are rough, and Surfside roads are nice. They're nice and smooth, so they do maintain the roads. Over to my right is the Conch Cafe. They have seafood and other food as well, and they are oceanfront, so you got beautiful views, but they are pricey. We haven't eaten there in, I want to say maybe 15 years or more. It's really hard to say. So I can't really attest to whether the food is still good. If you know, leave it in the comments below. I'm sure it is. It was good when we ate there. It's just been a long time. We mainly don't go there just because of the price, because it's one of those where it's got a great location, and so you're paying for that view. So the food's good, but you're paying a premium for the view. If you're looking for oceanfront dining and you want our recommendation, our favorite that we don't mind paying for at lunch, their lunch prices are reasonable, is the Sea Captain's House, but that is pretty far from here. If you're staying here, it's a haul, but if you're staying in Myrtle Beach, it's sort of at the north end of the main strip in Myrtle Beach. And we do have a video on that if you'd like to check that out. We also have some videos of the Surfside Beach. We've got the River City Cafe, which is next to the pier. And we did actually go to that specific one. They've got multiple locations. So if you'd like to see a review of something in this area, definitely check that out on our channel. Again, you know, just search for it on our channel. We also have a video of El Cerro Mexican restaurant that's also in Surfside Beach. It's not on this street, but it is in Surfside Beach, and we went to that location. So you can check those two out if you're interested in restaurants in this area. Ooh, it is warming up fast. When we got up this morning, even though it's summer, well, I guess it's not technically, I don't know, it's June. Let's say it's June. It was 58 degrees, which is bizarre this time of the year. But now it is not. I can't tell you what it is because I can't see right now, but check the weather right now, but it's not 58 anymore. It is getting hot fast. I know it's going to be in the 80s today, so that was a seriously low start to the day. Very strange, but I'll take it. It's nice to have, usually when we bike in the summer, it's pretty brutal, the heat, and so this is nice. So if you stay in this area, Surfside or Garden City, let us know exactly what you like. Do you like condos? Do you do the high-rise condos? Do you stay in one of the very few hotels in this area? And by the way, we have transitioned into Surfside Beach. I could tell by the roads, even if I didn't look at the street signs. Oh, and by the way, I always get this, people correct me. In Surfside, this road is called Ocean Boulevard, but in Garden City, it is called Waccamaw. So I'm well aware of that. I just want to let you know. But we always title it Ocean Boulevard because that's what most people know it as, even though part of it is called Waccamaw. Most people do not know that, and so we will title in the video Ocean Boulevard. But yes, we do know that it's two different names. I don't know why they do that. It just adds to confusion. But here's beach parking for Surfside. Like I said, you have to pay for that, but they do have a restroom that's like a proper building. So there's various places in Surfside to park besides the pier that we mentioned. We always get questions about where to stay. Since we live locally, that's a hard question for us to answer, especially in this area. We have never stayed in any of these condos or anything. My family stayed in Channel Marker, I do have a video of that if you're interested, but we don't necessarily recommend it. It's just a video showing you what it looks like. We have not stayed there, so we can't recommend it. Personally, we have stayed in a few hotels in Myrtle Beach proper, so if you'd like to see those, we have a playlist in the description below of our hotels that we have stayed at, so definitely feel free to check that out if you're looking for something in the general area, not specifically Surfside or Garden City. But yeah, if you leave where you stay in the comments, that'll help other people. If it's somewhere that you really like, then they'll know that's a good place to stay. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Gonna have to concentrate on biking for just a minute while we get around this. Got some bike rentals. So yeah, that's a good point right there. You can rent almost anything here, seriously. Those type of companies will supply you almost anything. I think they even rent chairs and stuff. So if you're flying in and you want to rent either beach equipment, there are places that do that. I do not have the names of any of them, but you can just Google it. That's definitely something that can help you out if you're flying and you don't have the ability to bring all your own beach gear, or if you just have a big family and don't have room for all your beach gear. Other tip I have, if you have a car, either whether you rent a car when you get here or whatever, I highly recommend going to a Walmart. That's one of the cheapest places around here to buy some beach, you know, just get some super cheap, like the cheapest thing you can find, beach chairs and that kind of thing. Now, some of these condos have beach gear, but you wouldn't know that unless you talk to the owner. You know, some of them in the closets have beach chairs and stuff that they let you use, but I think that's pretty rare, that you can't depend on that. So definitely, if you have the time, there is a Walmart. I think it's technically in Garden City, and there's another bigger one in Surfside. So that would be our tip for, that's where we go to buy our beach gear, and we don't have any problems with it. We get our umbrellas there, we get everything at Walmart. So that's about the cheapest place. If you go to one of the beach store, like gift stores, you're going to pay a premium even for crummy chairs and stuff. So you also might notice Surfside's a little bit more groomed, maintained. Not only are the streets nicer, the sidewalks are wider and better maintained. You're going to see more landscaping, like these boxes, these planter boxes over to the left with the Mexican petunias. Those are maintained by the city. So you're just going to see that it's, you know, a difference since we're actually in the city, and I guess they have funds for keeping it beautiful, so to speak. There's one of the golf cart rental companies right there. So we're starting to get closer to the main part of Surfside. Oh, and also my parents have stayed at Pelican Pass over there, and they like that okay too. I don't know that if they would say they'd recommend it. And each condo is going to be different because they're each owned by a different owner. So even though they might have liked where they stayed, you know, you could get a condo that you don't like. That's why I'm very hesitant to recommend one, since we have not stayed there. But yeah, definitely a lot of different options of places to stay. Do you stay in Surfside or Garden City? Let us know in the comments. Or do you just stay in Myrtle and you're just curious and decided to watch this video? Let us know that in the comments. Definitely, especially if you stay in Myrtle. I'd like to know how many Myrtle people decided to watch this video. Over to the left, you have Neil and Pam's. They burned down, but they have rebuilt, and they are popular as ever. See everybody enjoying either breakfast or a drink. Nice place to hang out. You got the ocean right across the street. And then also you've got Bubba's Fish Shack to my left, Chimichanga Llama Cantina to my left, and then the Surfside Beach Oceanfront Hotel and Scotty's Bar to my right. And that is a hotel if you'd rather just stay in a straight hotel. We've also got the Gracious Pig, got a gift shop, and you got Pizza Hyena. Now we're going to turn into the pier parking lot. Oops, going the wrong way. Go to the other side. Try to go the right way. And there's River City Cafe. And then this is the one I mentioned that we have a video of. And then over here is the Surfside Beach Pier, and we're going to go up there and give you a first-hand look, see how that's looking here in June. And over to my left is, there was a public bathroom and also that public beach access. We are now going to head up. We locked our bikes up. They do have bike racks here, just in case you're curious. We're gonna walk up to Drippy's Ice Cream. It's interesting that they have some of the stairs blocked off. Don't know why. Brian said too many Drippy's Ice Cream. Maybe we'll see when we get up there. This will remain a mystery. We see no reason that this is closed off, so don't know what to say. There's Drippy's right there. Also, you don't have to go up those stairs. There is an elevator and there's also a ramp. So there's a couple of accessible ways to get up here. This is big news here. You can watch our pier video if you want to see more. This is Perry's Bait and Tackle. The reason that's a big deal is you can now fish here on the pier, and we cover that in our tour video. Drippy's has an outdoor pickup window, which is pretty cool. So if you're in your bathing suit or whatever, you don't have to go in. There's going to be a restaurant up there and a restaurant here. We don't know which one's going which. One's called the Whispering Duck and the other one I think is called Surfside Diner. I'm guessing maybe the diner's in the smaller one and the Whistling Duck's in the bigger one, but I don't know that for sure. But neither is open yet. We'll keep you posted. But here's a nice look. So this is a good look towards, this is Surfside of course, but if you look down the beach this way, that's where we biked from. That's Garden City down there. Those bigger high rises that you can see, those were Garden City. So that gives you an idea. And then over here is Surfside, and the Surfside Beach Hotel that we showed when we were biking is right next to the pier. So it's a pretty good location. As of now, this pier is free to walk on. You do have to pay a fee if you're going to fish. I'll show you those fees when we go up to walk on the pier. One nice thing about this pier is they have tons of benches, and some of them up here are in the shade. The rest of them, of course, are not going to be, except at the end of the pier. They do have some shade at the end of the pier. So here's their rules and here's their fishing fees. You can freeze frame the screen if you would like to read all of that. Look at this really cute sign up here. Really adorable. I love these. I know they're everywhere, but I just think they're cute. If you see your city, let us know in the comments. Some of these I'm not familiar with, so definitely let us know if you see your city there. So there we go. And these are rental umbrellas. These are all in a row, so you can rent umbrellas here. What you want to do is usually talk to the lifeguard. That's usually how you end up renting the umbrellas. I always tell people too, you can just sit in them and they'll come find you. River City Grill is right over there. And if you see these no swimming signs, that doesn't mean in general, that just means near the pier, because you don't want to swim when you're too close to the pier. So this is Surfside, and you see that high rise at the end. That's sort of the end of Surfside. And then beyond that is the Myrtle Beach State Park, and beyond that is Myrtle Beach. It's great to see the fishing is now open on the pier. It opened just before, the Thursday before Memorial Day. So that's a fairly recent occurrence. We'll take a walk all the way to the end of the pier. Hopefully you'll be able to hear me over the wind. I don't have my really nice mics today. I can't use them on the bike. It doesn't work. So too jiggly, adds too much weight to the camera. So we'll see how this does in the wind. We're going to give it a good test, because by the time we get to the end of this pier, it's going to be really windy. I might sound like, if you're a fan of Charlie Brown and the Peanuts, let us know in the comments. We're huge Peanuts fans. I mean, huge. And if you're a fan, let us know. But I'll sound like the teacher in the classroom on that, on Charlie Brown and the Peanuts. Maybe by the time we get to the end, we'll see. So as you see, they've got the usual benches. I would recommend bringing your own chair. They've got places to clean your fish. So really nice pier. It's nice and wide too. I mean, this is really wide. I think I had a comment on one video that it seemed narrow. Now it is more narrow right down there where we just walked, but once you get up to this section that's intended for fishing, this is wider than, would you say it's wider than any pier here? I mean, any pier we've been on. It seems like it to us. This seems really wide. So it's, like I said, once you get down here where the fishing and stuff is, it seems wide open. Definitely a beautiful place to fish. So as you can see down here at the end of the pier, they have the shaded area as well. And so that's really nice to be able to sit in the shade while you're watching your rod. Oh, that's a nice setup that he has with those holders. That's really nice. Beautiful place though, beautiful place to fish. I mean, look at this, it is just so nice. Do you cruise? Let us know in the comments below. We like to go on cruises. It's funny, we live at the beach, but we still love to cruise. We like to see different places, and we enjoy being on a cruise ship too. And when we get to the end of the pier here, it reminds me of that view that you get off a cruise ship. So let us know if it looks the same way to you when we get up here. But yeah, some really nice shady. I mean, this is a nice place. This would be a beautiful place to hang out right here in the shade. And we got a nice breeze today. As I mentioned, it's not too hot today. There we go. Beautiful view. I mean, look at this. Over here is the River City Cafe. They've got a brand new beach access that they just rebuilt. It's got some showers, got some benches. And then I'm gonna walk on this side. If you were actually gonna hang out on the beach, you wanna go on that side. This is emergency access. It's okay for me to walk here, but you don't wanna set up like your umbrellas and stuff here. It's just so that they can drive in here in the case of an emergency. But here's under the pier. It looks like they're getting ready to sell some Italian ice. That's always popular when it's warm, and it's really warming up today. Even though it started off cool, it's already pretty warm. The breeze makes it feel so nice there. I can't complain about the weather today. And then got the people set up on the beach. If you'd like to learn more about Myrtle Beach, Surfside Beach, Garden City, and the surrounding area, definitely click on the video that's on your screen right now. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.